Chris, thanks for joining me today. Can you, for those who are not maybe aware, can you give everyone a quick brief of who you are and what you do?
Yes. So I've been running my own MSP for the last 15 years. We work with SMBs every day, from then sort of sole traders up to then 150 and 200 staff, and sort of heading up the company myself. My role is very much about talking to the organisational leaders about their IT strategy, about how they make the best use of the IT technology, and about how we look after them and the security side of that properly. For many of our clients, we are their only IT resource, so they depend on us for everything when it comes to IT, really.
Topic this week has certainly been around a highly sophisticated attack on EasyJet. I say that in inverted commas. 2,200 customers were breached, or their details were breached. I mean, what did you make of it? I mean, is it quite worrying how readily available people's personal details are, for maybe unscrupulous hackers out there?
Yes, so I found it quite interesting, the way that it was described within the media, and it was less about the credit card details from what I read, sort of more about all of the email addresses. That's where I kind of saw a lot of the threat as well. I think from what I read, it was about 9 million email addresses, and at the moment, where everyone has all had all of their flights cancelled, and everyone is then trying to get refunds and everything. That is then prime target and the cyber criminals now. People are going to be in a bit of a panic that they've been having trouble getting the money back. When they then phone these places up, they're on the phone for hours, and then they suddenly get a magical email through. Looks like it's from EasyJet. It's got all their flight details in it. You just need to click here. Give us the card details which you paid with, or sort of give us your bank details, and then we'll refund all your money. And I think that's the real threat to many people. We've already seen a rise in kind of phishing attacks and everything. And this is only going to add to that, really. It was interesting. They said the breach happened back in January. It just seems like perfect timing from the cyber criminals, really. And it is something that we do see a lot. There is always kind of breaches, and there's always a rise in phishing attacks in the back of that. People need to be more aware of this, and they need to be training their own staff to look out for these kind of things. Things like running regular dark web scans as well, and just seeing what bits of information are there out there about your organisation and about your staff. It's also about the impact which it then has on your staff if they then personally get then hacked, and that can affect their kind of mental well-being as well, and that then affects their work. It is just really simple, basic stuff, just to raise that cyber awareness and just make people more aware of what's happening. And hopefully a news story like this, with quite a large breach of email addresses, and it will make people think more about it.
Yeah, I think you touched on something there. It is about breeding a culture that people are aware from the bottom upwards. Thankfully, like you said, I mean, from what I understand, they didn't have any sort of passport details, anything like that. But, you click a link and you just don't know what someone's got access to. I know that recently you've been talking to a lot of your clients about perhaps being less reliant on the office off the back of the current situation. I suppose it's interesting for people to know what's the sort of advice you've been giving them, and I guess what's the general response been from them?
Yeah, it's been a twofold approach, really. It's about looking at what they need to do with their existing IT infrastructure to help them work in a more geographically diverse workplace. Is what they've got now right? When things are coming up for them renewal, and do we need to think about them, or what we do with them then? And then it's also thinking about that information security piece, and about them. Where is their information kept now? what are the boundaries to their organisation, and how are we going to secure all that information for them. If you've got staff working from home and they've then got company information, which is then downloaded onto their laptops, how are you protecting them, that sort of information if their laptops get lost or stolen, or there is things on their home network which can then compromise that. And it's a new way of thinking about that sort of information and security, really.
What's been the biggest impact on your business? How did you adapt to, as a, I hope, I'm sure you don't mind me saying, a relatively small organisation? What has been the impact for yourselves?
So then first off, other than the obvious kind of remote working, which was interesting in itself, because as an IT company, we've always known we can work remotely, but we haven't kind of realised until we were forced into the situation that we were, just how easy it is to work this way long term. Naturally, we sort of feel like we've been working, and we feel like we've been working better on that front. But I see the biggest change in terms of the clients and then the prospects are now far more engaged to then have a conversation about their IT, about their information and security. It has been quite a positive impact for us, and we're finding that then organisations which then try to do their IT in-house, they're the ones which have been suffering a bit more because they've not got that breadth of experience of sort of dealing with the different clients that we do, to then adapt quickly. They were left lagging behind a bit, and I know that we've had lots of conversations within organisations since which have maybe got a 1 or 2 man IT team in-house who've then been looking for additional help in order to get things set up properly. So overall, it's been quite a good thing for us. We've been out there helping lots of people, and that's brought in the opportunities for us, really.
Yeah, I think a few organisations perhaps maybe a little bit of an awakening that they've probably realised that they were, they probably weren't quite up to speed. But no, I appreciate that. I know you're a busy guy, so I don't want to take up any more of your time today, Chris. I do appreciate your time. And as I said before, I'll certainly do something with yourself when we can actually be in the same room as each other. But until then, I'll let you enjoy your weekend. But thanks for your time.
Pleasure. Cheers, Steve. Thank you.